The people are doing that these days. So I'm sure for people who are owning the managing the practices these days, is it in the back of your mind that these people may jump ship quickly? And if that is, like, how do you keep them if they're important to your clinic?
That's the reality. So you have to be okay with it, and you want the new people to be so awesome that they could leave and they could start their own clinic, but they don't want to. And so it's like, how do you actually, and how do we keep them? Well, we provide internal pathways within the clinic, and so we've got some people who are really clinically driven and some people who are more business driven, and so we have a pathway system within our clinic which will set them up on that pathway straight away, whether it be managing certain parts of the clinic. We set them up really slowly but surely, or they go into more like a clinical education, clinical mentoring role, and we start setting them up for that. And then we publish to the team everyone's pay, basically. So we have a spreadsheet so it's transparent, because you can't keep it confidential. That's the law. And so if people want to know where they can be, this is how they're going to get there. And so that's by providing that pathway, I think it helps people, helps retain people and stay. And then they'll come and say, Annie, this is what I'm thinking. I really want to do this. I'm like, great. If you've got this idea, let's go with it. We're going to do a 6-month trial and give them the autonomy to own a project as well. So as a business, you need to understand the numbers, how much you need to invest in the project, and then be okay with, if it doesn't work out, that's okay. But then that person's also learned something, and then they want to continue on trying new projects within your clinic. And I've actually got someone who's been working with us for 10 years, and she will be working her way through our clinic, through our pathways. And that's just been awesome to be, and such a privilege to be part of someone's life. And Paul, you would have had it as well. It's such a privilege. And I think that's what sometimes people forget when they come in, that it's, it is a relationship, and we actually really appreciate and love every person that comes and works with us. And we want the people to push boundaries. We want them to do that because it also helps us change our business to create a place where the clients and the patients want to come. Mm-hmm. The other thing I would say, if they go to start their own businesses, it sometimes is a little bit harder than it looks.
Certainly.
And just be aware of that. And, I've had people do that, and I've said, off you go on your way. And a couple of years later, they email me and say, you weren't doing such a bad job. But that's okay, and I think that's just part of the journey.
Yep.